Welcome back to part three. This is an incredible journey. We just took a little break because we were having some technical difficulties, but we are back with the third and final section um, of reading this absolutely incredible book. Well, we're not reading the book, but Queen Amenna is sharing with us this. I'm hearing, I think I'm hearing the music in your background, Queen.
Hold on.
Okay. She was reading the forward for us. And so she's going to continue that part and we'll go from there.
Hey, I'm sis.
Oh, it's you're muted. Can you hear me? You're muted, Queen Amina. I don't know if you can hear me. You can hear me, but we can't hear you because you are on mute. Can you unmute?
Okay. So hey y'all. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? It's your girl Amina again. Okay. So I'm then going to continue to read. If we go back into what we was talking about Angel, right? And how it kind of mimics my life a little bit. It kind of mimics it if you think about it. It kind of mimics it a little bit because this one she stays busy. Anybody know me? I stay busy, okay? And it's just certain parts mimics certain things, and you'll be very touched by the book. So in my introduction, I already read my introduction. I'm reading the forward part. And I want y'all to really, and I'm gonna break things down. I'm gonna break things down to where you will understand. That's what I love about me. Okay. I would definitely break it down so you can understand. And so I'm gonna start off at Angel's Journey. Angel's Journey, Angel's Journey is awakening to to the reality that when we stop striving for the world's vision, let's stop right there. Let's stop right there where it say the world's vision. Yes, the world has a vision for you. The world has a vision for you. The world has things for you. The world wants you to go the opposite way all the time. It never wants you to go God's way because it's not for you to go God's way. I'm gonna tell you this, it's a fight to go God's way.
Hmm.
But it's always it's so easy to go the world's way because everybody wanna look the same. Everybody want to talk the same. Everybody want to do this. Everybody want to do the same thing. If you notice, everybody is doing the same thing and they think they're doing something different, but it's actually the same thing. It's just you just wording it wrong. You just wording it differently, or you're just doing a different recording. I mean, doing things differently. Your viral is different. You're trying to put a little spin on it. Somebody twerk. Hey, this person gonna twerk. They're gonna mimic everything that you do. So that's what I mean by the world. The world. The world. It always does what Moo? It always does. I'm sorry, my dog is right there.
Yeah.
It always does what the world we always want to do what the world tells us to do. And see, so when we do what the world tells us, we lose concentration on what God has in store for us. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about that. And that I hope that kind of break it down for you to not be the same as everybody. That is okay to be different.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so it says, so I said, stop striving for the world's vision. of success and start living in alignment with God will for our lives, we experience the true peace and joy He promises. Okay. I believe now. See, I do truly believe that the perfect life will resonate with you. It will resonate with you. Anyone has ever felt that something essential is missing despite all the hard work you do, all your hard work. I mean, you can put your mind, your focus on everything, and still think that you are going to, make it or whatever. But until God start leading you and guiding you in that right way, it always gonna something always gonna stop. It's going to stop you right there. And trust and believe it's a sacrifice for everything. Don't think that you didn't sacrifice nothing. That's one thing I want people to understand. You sacrifice something. You sacrifice your soul, or you sacrifice something. You're going to sacrifice something, okay? All right. This book invites us to re-examine our lives priorities, and the most importantly, our relationship with the one who created us. Angel's story offers us a path to life filled with the steadfast purpose, joy, and love. A life, a life rooted in Christ. When you are, see, and that's another thing, when you are rooted in Christ, it means a lot. Rooted in Christ, when you design, okay? This is what I'm telling you. See, this is how you know you're rooted in Christ. When God starts using you for books and it's stuff that just you yourself don't even understand. Why is this happening? Like, I'm telling you, I have so people don't. I'm gonna tell you something. I just want you to understand how this is. Like, I could talk to somebody, and to be honest, it's not that I'm trying to use a gift. No, it's that because of what God gave me. I'm gonna tell you, when I literally, I don't know. Sometimes even when I remember me and my best friend, me and my bestie, we was driving somewhere, and I didn't even. I was like, yeah, we was on the highway, and it was this city that was in the sky. Okay, but it was, to you, it might look like clouds. Okay, but it was a huge city. It was like a huge city. I'm talking about, and I'm gonna tell you something. This city was huge. Okay, and I was like, I'm just I'm in a car, and I'm looking up, and I'm like, man, thinking I'm tripping. I'm seeing a city in the sky. You get what I'm saying? And I said to my best friend, I said, see, look, it's a city right there. It's a city. And she was like, I don't see none. Oh, girl, them just clouds. You know?
Yeah.
But literally, see, it wasn't for her to see the city because God didn't give her to see it. God gave it to me. And that was a city. I'm telling you, I basically saw ahead of time before something was about to happen. You see what I'm saying? Like, I remember look, my head was hurt so bad. See, this is what I'm talking about. I could look at something, and this is just God doing this, and it's not me, but I had my Slurpee in my hand, and the way the Slurpee was round, like, I mean, and people would think, oh well, Mina, that's just a Slurpee, that's just a Slurpee. I don't see it, but it's actually a storm. It was a storm brewing. And when I looked at it, and I heard God's voice say, it's a storm coming. And literally, a storm was coming. You get what I'm saying? It's a
Yeah.
storm coming. People
Yeah.
don't understand that the storm is a storm coming. And he's not literally saying, oh, it's going to rain. Or this. No, he literally telling you it's a storm coming. It's going to be a storm. It's going to be a very bad storm. And I'm letting you know, I'm saying this not to scare nobody, but when God shows me these things, I be like, God, why you showing me these things? I don't want to see the. I don't. But it's to awaken the people.
Yeah.
It's a storm brewing right now in the spirit realm, and people don't understand. This is war. This is war. God is literally separating us from who's real and who's not.
Not.
So
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this, I mean, when I say that you have to be rooted, you have to be rooted. And this year, this year is the awakening call. I'm telling you. And I just want y'all to know it's not about people saying that it's, a new purpose. But no, it's a awakening. It's a real awakening is about to happen. And and I'm telling you that it is. It really is about to happen. Okay.
And I see,
Now, let's go back into where I said it's rooted. And you see me?
yes, I see. Yes, yeah, yeah.
I hear you. I see you.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good.
I
Yeah.
hope that as I hope that as you read this book, you too will discover that the perfect life is not a destination or a set of circumstances, but a state of being found in the grace of God and in living out his purpose for your life. I'm sorry about that. My dog is moving, y'all,
Okay, don't worry.
in and out the in and out the
Okay.
door. So if you see me move, that's because she is moving in and out. She want to be near me, then she want to be over there because she want food, she wants something. She can be very annoying sometimes and attachable. Okay, um. So yeah, so let me say that again, so y'all can understand what I said. I said I hope that as you read this book, you too will discover that the perfect life is not a destination. Remember, and like I say, I always break it down. I always break it down with that destination. That destination is a real thing, okay? Because you got to know where your destination is going to be and align with. If you don't know where the destination is, what destination you going, find out who you are in God and who you are to yourself. Because I'm gonna tell you, if you don't find out spiritually who you are, trust and believe everything else ain't gonna mean nothing to you. It's not, I mean, you could buy the most expensive car, and most expensive car could be the most expensive car out there. I always wanted a Range, okay, a Range Rover,
Range
okay,
Rover?
or a
Yeah.
Lex, okay. They're my two favorite cars.
Hmm.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you something. Now you think I'm gonna spend all my money on that Range, knowing that I don't have the means to do it. Now I do walk by faith, but I ain't no dummy. Okay. So you have to know where your destiny is at and where it's going to lead you. I'm gonna tell you this now. This is what I mean by destination. Mm. You ever see a tree planted, right? Before a tree is planted, it gotta be what? It gotta be watered. They have to have the seed, have to have the ground, the moist of the ground, the dirt, and you have to put it in. You have to put your seeds and plant it in it. Put the water in it. Then you see how it sprouts up. So beautiful. And then you say new life. New life is coming up in the air. Okay. But then as it get older, you see it forming and you see it going. And you see these branches. start coming out mm, from nowhere. You just literally seeing this tree grow up. And you like, dang, you're not a baby no more. You're your teenager years, you're all wilding out, you get what I'm saying? But then as you get a little older, the trees start looking different to you. They start looking different. You start looking at the tree a little different too. Because now you see what the tree is starting to show you something. Oh yes, I got branches now. So I had what? I developed some babies. I got children on me. Okay. But see, some of them children is gonna fall off. You see what I'm saying? Because it's not meant to go where you're going. They're not meant to go where you're going. They're going to separate. See, a lot of times people think, oh well, my children is going to be like me and this and that, or my best friend is going where I'm going. No, 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 no. God got different destinations for everyone. So this tree, you see it sprouting up. You see the trees, see the leaves. These leaves going to fall off during each season. The season's going to change, and then you're going to see them turn. Then you're going to see them come back. Then you're going to see new life come back to them. It's just like humans, okay? You're going to wither. You're going to take away those people that God want them people to go away. That tree had to take the old out of it for the new branch to grow in. And for that, you can't just leave that old, just like you can't mix new wine with old wine. You can't do that. It's going to mess up. It's going to mess up the taste. It's going to mess up everything that's in that wine. So you can't do that. Let me see. So the let's go back to the theology about this tree. So the tree is going to branch off. You see the branches, they are getting withered. So the wind that takes those branches off, you be like, oh, my friend is gone. I don't have my friend anymore. And she, this and that happened between us. It's because that means that some certain things, is not coming. That person had to leave off to grow, for you to grow. And sometimes pain, that's what helps you grow. That's why we have pain. We have pain to grow, not to defeat us, but to grow. Okay, so this tree. So we got the trees. We got this tree. Now we got the leaves that's going to fall off. Some leaves going to stay there. Those that are strong is going to stay there. That could wither through the storm. But the ones that fall off, let them fall off and die. Because see, them the ones that's not going to go where you're going. See, everybody is not going to go where God extended you to go. And as you go higher, the lesser your friends you're going to have. So then you wonder, okay, I'm bare naked. In the wintertime, I don't have no friends. So you see, everything is gone. Everything is gone. But what most I like about this tree, what I like about the tree is the roots, because the roots is never going anywhere. So your true friends are those roots that was in the beginning and that saw you, that that went up with you, went through the war with you, went through the changes with you, went through all these things. Whoo, shut it. And I'm gonna tell you something about them type of rooted friends. You can't. I'm saying you can't get rid of them, no matter if you tell them to leave, they still right there. They still calling you, checking on you, because God said these are the roots. These are your roots. These are the rooted ones. These are your tooth. This is your permanent teeth down here, not the ones that are on your branches. Remember, they're gonna wither. They're gonna go. Some of them gonna get old. Some of them gonna want to go their own way. Some they not gonna be with you. And remember, the higher you get, the higher the purpose is. Okay. So I'm just saying to y'all in this time, this awakening time, everything it happens. It happens right in alignment with God. You see what I'm saying? That's why I love this book, because I breaks it down to I want to break it down. I probably break it down differently, but I breaks it down so you would know how it is to be who you are and who you are in God. Spiritually, everything is what it is, okay? So until you get that spirit man together, nothing, I don't care if you going out there smoking, drinking, doing whatever you doing, selling your body, whatever, you're running from something. You're running from something that you don't want to face. And a lot of times we don't want to face these pains, these vulnerabilities. And this is what hinders us. This is what hinder us because we stay rooted in this pain and not allowing God to take it. And see this what God does. Oh, when God says put it, give it to me, we we basically give it to him. Yeah, we say it, but do you really give it to him internally? The internal man give it to him. Do that heart give it to him? But see, if you don't give it to him, you only doing is taking it back and putting it in your own bosom. You see what I'm saying? You putting it in your own bosom. You're like, okay, I got this. I got this. I got this. But see, no, you don't. Because see, if you got it, you wouldn't be miserable. You wouldn't be going through these changes. You wouldn't be running. You'll be actually facing, fighting your fears. See, I'm telling you, everything I had to learn because this is a learning process. It's not easy to fight your fears. It's not easy to face what you're actually going through. It's not easy. It's not easy to face these things. It's
And
not easy to face these
I
things.
literally, I was literally just going to ask you, um, to talk about how do you give it and not take it back? And you just said it. It's by
Mm-hmm.
facing your fears. And so really, I know from my own personal journey, what facing my fears looked like was literally becoming my own best friend. I would talk to myself as I would talk to when I was by myself, and I wished I had a friend who would listen or could listen. I would
Mm-hmm.
listen to myself with that level of compassion and understanding. I had to make a conscious decision to understand that I'm talking to myself, and so it's okay for me to be honest, because there was a point where I thought I could only say positive things, and that wasn't working, because people say, oh, your words create your reality, and they do. But when you hold out those toxic feelings in, you're angry, you're enraged, you've been betrayed, you feel like hurting somebody, whatever it is, and you think you can only speak positive words, there's a lie, and there's a deception, and a self-deception. So in that sacred space, also recognizing that God is there wherever you are, God is, and you're okay, acknowledging everything, allowing the pain, the anger, the sadness, the loneliness, the abandonment to speak. You begin to reclaim parts of yourself that you didn't even know were there. And now those things that used to trigger you, you'll hear it, but you don't feel the impact in the way that you used to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want people to understand, like when you're saying, you know, stop running, I think a lot of people don't know what that looks like, to stop
Mm-hmm.
running and to face it. Because we, like you said before in the other section, we run in different ways. We can become a workaholic, an alcoholic, a sexaholic. All these, it's out of balance,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everything is out of balance, and it's up to us. We can't just pray. So when we say give it to God, it's not just praying. Yeah, that's the beginning. That's a
Mm-hmm.
that's a level of waking up. That's an awareness. But then the work is like literally you having a conversation with yourself, so you working through the emotions.
Yes, you gotta
Okay.
be a doer too. That's
Yes.
why he says you can't be a hero. You can't just be a hero alone. You have to be a doer, and that sometimes we have to be that. But a lot of times, if we keep it, like I said, if I keep it, like I said, I'm gonna keep it 100 all the time. A lot of times, people are afraid of that shadow. People are afraid of that silent person, that silent thing that they running from, and you be wondering, why is this person acting like this? It's because this person don't have nobody to encourage them. This person don't have that strength that to face these things, but they just don't know that they do. They don't know that they do, because that's sometimes that's what people been taught. You see what I'm saying? People been taught don't show their emotions, and you know, punks and all this stuff. And see that right there, that messes us up too. Because they feel like we shouldn't be vulnerable. It's like they took vulnerability off the map.
Yeah.
Like I can't be vulnerable for nothing. And vulnerability actually, I love being vulnerability. I love like being accountable, and I love to face my vulnerable side. Because let me tell you something, when you are vulnerable, and you got to watch out who you be vulnerable to.
Well,
That's
that's
number one.
yeah.
Don't show your vulnerability to your enemies. Okay. Lean on somebody that you trust, you really trust, that's not going to outcast you, that's not going to out you and tell your business. I'm gonna tell you, never, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, never do this. And I'm gonna say this because I had to learn this. I'm gonna say this. Never, and I mean never, express your feelings, your vulnerability side to somebody that gossip. Okay? Never do that. Because they already showed you who they are.
Right.
If they telling you about somebody else stuff, why would you be vulnerable to them? That's
Exactly.
not somebody you should be vulnerable to, because that means that, oh, you got my business all out there now. I shared this personal space to you. And see, what that's going to do is shut you more down. And see, that's not what we want. We don't want that. I know I don't. I want you to lean on somebody that God is putting in your life. See, we cast out the people that God is putting in our life.
Tell
And
that
we want
story.
and we want those that are, you know, and let's keep it. We want pretty boys. We want those that are hustlers. Those are out there getting money, getting the bag, and all that stuff. But the thing about this is, what you doing at this level. It's okay to be with somebody that got money, but at least let them know. At least let this person, hey, show who they are. And if they show you who they are, if they degrading you, calling you all types of names, that's not the person that you should be with. That's not the person you should show your emotion with. Because guess what? I keep going, I keep saying this all the time. I keep saying this all the time. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm shopping on, okay, all day. It cannot hurt, okay, nobody, if you got some iron with you, okay. Now, if you got an iron and a piece of wood,
Hmm.
it's not gonna mix. That's because you are sharpened. But see, along the way, see, as long as you stay with this wood, you're gonna get dull. You're gonna feel they're gonna wind up putting you down the way and see, you was up at first, but now your spirit man is gone down because you've been with this man, or you've been with this woman for so long that nothing is encouraging you in this relationship. And I keep trying to talk about. I tell and I put people in these things. I don't call it a relationship. You know, a relation is two people together. Okay, that's relation. It takes two to be in a relation. Okay, but when you put the ship together, it's connected. You get what I'm saying? See, you already in relations. And see, relations is the physical form, if you understand that. See, people always think that, okay. But see, it's also when you in relation, and it depends on where you at in your relation. Okay. Now, if you're in relation, I'm quote unquote on that, boom, you might, hey, spiritual side too. Okay? Because if that person not going towards the spirit man, you already know what they are going towards. Okay? So you in relation. Okay? Now we're going towards the ship part. Okay? Now we putting a commitment to it. Okay? And most people don't like commitment, if you know what I mean. Okay? So we in this together, but we're really not in it together because see, let me tell you what's missing. Now we got together through what? Through a fleshly intent. Okay, so we already came physically together. Hmm. Now let's go. Like I said, we're going towards the ship. We in the ship part now because we committed. Now this is when everything else gonna come along. Oh man, I didn't know, you know, I don't want to take this, you know what I'm saying? That's when the argument's gonna come, the down's gonna come, the pouring gonna come. And then guess what? You think your ship is moving, but actually it's sinking. This ship is sinking because guess what? Because it's not on the level that you are on. See, that's why you gotta focus on what this relation means. Is this relation before you put the ship on there? Focus on what that relation means. Is it balance? Is it gonna be there when it's shaky zone,
Hmm.
when it's on the shaking surface? Now, well, sometimes when you see a ship, you see the ship is on the shaky surface because of the tide came in.
Mhm.
Now, are you gonna be there or is it going to come back to a smooth sailing? You see what I'm saying? And it's up to you if you want it to be on a smooth sailing. Because see, the thing is, if y'all both in agreement to that. But see, if one is not and the other is, then you what? Unequally yoked. You was unequally yoked in the beginning. And see, that's when, like I said, that's when the ship has what? Sank. Because guess what? It's no coming back from it if it's already damaged. It's already damaged. It went through this storm. It went through all these tragics. And guess what? It's still not good. We missing something. Something is missing on this ship. And you turn around and you be like, I don't know what's missing. I don't know what's missing. Why we keep going through the same thing? Why we keep arguing? Why we keep hitting below the belt? And you wondering why the ships sink. You wonder why divorce rates are so high because some of the fact y'all can't deal with each other. And that's not because of a physical form. It's because y'all not spiritually inclined together. And you see what I'm saying? Even though y'all had a baby, that's why you gotta watch who you sleep with. Okay, because you don't know exactly who that person slept with. And people think that this is the main key, and this is why we have mental problems, we bring depression and all this stuff. It starts in the spirit man. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Because we were spirits before
Yeah.
we became flesh. Let me hit that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if a man has sex with a woman, right? They are what? Spiritually connected. So if he have sex with that person, this person, that person, this person, he's exactly what he doing. Taking spirits, taking spirits, taking spirits, bringing it back to who? You. So you wondering why you go through all these changes? You got to ask yourself, how many spirits do I have inside of me? Do you understand? Because if he's opening up to this woman, that woman, woman, and that goes for the woman too, because the woman is the receiver. Always remember that. You gotta understand why is this the concept of this thing, and you see why everybody is so crazy because of the fact that we haven't tapped into the spirit world. And see, we were spirits first. We were spirit first before this flesh came on upon us. We was in heaven chilling before we was before God chose us to come into our mother's womb. Remember, God said He knew you before you was in your mother's womb. So you was in heaven way before, and you don't remember that you was in there, but you was there before you came in your mother's womb. And let me tell you, so you was a spirit man first. You was a spirit. You was nothing but a spirit before the flesh became upon you. You were spirit before, while you're in your mother womb. You got to understand these things. And that's why I want y'all to understand. So before you put that ship on there, know exactly who you dealing with. Okay? Know who you're going to commit to. And that's what I mean by the book. You got to be in line with God because you might wind up marrying, be just like Angel, marrying somebody that just is not reciprocating to you, not appreciating you, making you feel left out, making you feel alone, trying you trying to fix it. And see, and sometimes I'm like that too. It's a lot of us like that, trying to be the fixer. We the fixer. I could fix this, I could fix that. But see, the thing about it, you can't change somebody. That's the thing. You got to get it in your mind that you can't change a person. You can't change their emotion or how they feel about you. And see, that's where we lack at. We want to change that person. We want this person to be just like us. Want them to be just like us. But the thing is about this problem is the problem is not them. It's you. If you point your finger, it always point back to you. See, because while we're trying to change this person, we're praying for this person. We're doing all these things. But what about you? Where do you need to be changed at? What God need to fix in you? You worrying about this person and you all messed up. But you still praying for this person, doing this for this person, doing that for that person. But you messed up. And see, you're afraid. And see, and that's okay. It's okay to be afraid. But don't let fear hinder you into making a step, taking a step into that change zone. And okay, let your glass be shattered. Because sometimes what the devil do and sometimes what we do, we build up a delusion, this picture, okay? And you be like, what? Uh, yeah, I'm all good. Girl, yeah. Especially when we're around our friends and they thinking, we got everything we put together, we smiling, and they good, you know what I'm saying? They good. And you like, yeah, girl, I'm fine, girl. Yeah, we just came from Jamaica. So yeah, the kids is fine. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So I have to yeah, I have to get back, Yeah, yeah. Okay, I'll talk to you later. And around that time is a time for you to be home. It's a time. You don't want to be home. You don't want to be home late because you're gonna get that hand. You see what I'm saying? See, you don't know what somebody is going through when you're talking to them because they seem so perfect. And some people don't want their glass shattered. They don't want that. They don't want to face that. They don't want to feel the shame. They don't want to feel ashamed. And then they don't want to talk to nobody. They don't want to talk to nobody until it's too late for their voice to be heard. So that's why I don't get what goes on in the house should stay in the house. I never got that. That's stupid. It's
Yeah,
stupid, and you shouldn't put that in kids
and you
because
know what? That might be a relic from a long time ago. Just like that don't snitch, that whole thing about don't snitch. That thing came from a long time ago when um it during the enslavement period. And
Mhm.
you snitch, somebody died, right? But it was to
Right.
protect lives. Now it has taken a different turn. So it may be that, what stays in that, what happens here stays here. Maybe it may have some roots that are no longer applicable to
Yeah.
because it ends up hurting people, right?
Yes.
But what you've said is really profound and very true. And the thing is that oftentimes you see people, they wonder why they don't have a boyfriend or they don't have a husband or they don't have a man. And it's like that's where their focus is. And the thing
Hmm.
is that if you don't pay attention to you, why do you think somebody else is going to pay attention to you? The level of attention that you pay to yourself is the level of attention you're going to receive, the level of care you're going to receive. So I had a mentor one time, and he told me he was married, but he said, you know what? If I was dating again, he said, I would want that girl to give me like a kind of like a resume about your past relationships or how you treated yourself over the past 5 years. How did you treat yourself? Because I know
Mm,
that if she didn't treat herself well, I don't want to be in that. I don't want to be a part of that. If you have no
mm,
regards for yourself, why do you expect others to have regard for you? And these are things that, we're not really taught that. And sometimes you have to go through a lot of harsh situations to come to that. But anybody listening to this, save yourself heartache. Because if you are broken, you better believe no matter what that person looks like on the outside, they are going to reflect your brokenness. If you ignore
mm,
your feelings, you don't acknowledge like what Queen Amina is saying, you don't acknowledge you're feeling sad or lonely or abandoned or whatever, you get in that relationship, and after the little honeymoon phase is over, all of that is going to show up. And it's actually showing up as giving you an opportunity to heal and to make a different choice, to choose you. Because like if you're in a relationship right now, short of being physically abused, you can begin to turn that situation around and literally begin to treat yourself, as I said before, as your best friend. So instead of expecting him to do something for you or her to do something for you, you do it for yourself. And what
yeah.
I promise you, what will happen is that person will either level up or they will fall away. And if they fall away, that's for your protection. If they level up, then you just had to grow. That was all that was required, was for you to grow. So Queen, I think she's dealing with her dog, but I just want to thank you for sharing Angel with us. This story is so profound, and this is a great book for women leaders, for men leaders, for youth. It's coming out sometime in January. It will be available on Amazon, so we definitely will share that with you. But Queen Amina has an organization called, um, oh my goodness, up here. Jesus Works housing voucher program.
Yes.
Works housing voucher program. Try to remember the acronym. But so actually we're raising money. We're raising $5,000 to help Black families fill in that gap with their utility bills. You know, a lot of times there's more month at the end of the money. And that creates a lot of stress and problems in the family. You know, when parents are stressed, that thing gets taken out on the kids. They don't mean to, but it's the pressure that you know that many of us live under. And
Mm.
and so she is working to fill that gap. And we're asking people to invest. This is investing in our community. So people ask for donations and contributions, but this is really an investment in the lives of the families and individuals in our community. So you want to, what I want to say about this book with Angel in regards to Jesus Works housing voucher program is that we're looking to create group leaders, a book club leaders. Let me get that right. Book club leaders. So you all please take a look at this book because it is so powerful. And for every purchase of this book, a percentage is going to help Jesus Works voucher program and will be invested in there to help Black families and individuals, you know, who are struggling to pay the water, the light, the heat bill, phone bill. We want to be able to elevate our community. And so we have to begin to, this is sacred spaces. We got to begin to create sacred spaces where our people feel safe, where they know that they're supported. And this is a way definitely through purchasing this book that you can participate with Jesus Works housing voucher program. You want to tell them about the launch that's coming up?
Yes, I'm so excited, everybody. Oh my goodness, I have a great team, y'all. I just want to give a shout out to my team. Okay. Without my team, I wouldn't be here. Okay. I'll be everything. I'll be everywhere. Okay. I'll be just at one place. Okay. But my team, I want to talk about them, okay, before I talk about the launch. Okay. So,
We have about 4 minutes. So I want to make sure we stay
okay.
within our time. But yes, go ahead.
Okay. So I would definitely want to give a shout out to the team, and uh and I want to say thank you to them for all what they do. Okay. Now the launch is going to be February the 1st. It's going to be February the 1st. It's going to be at 4:30 through 5:30. So it's 2 hours, y'all. And I'm telling you, we're going to have a ball. Okay. We're going to have a ball. We want to give like a little ribbon to those that a ribbon or a thank you note card to those that donated online. We want to let you know that you are part of the family. Okay. We don't want to leave y'all that invest into this. I'm telling you. So this is going to have, it's going to have, we're going to have the pictures, the backdrop for Jesus Works. And we're going to have the projector. We're going to show a movie actually to inspire you that you are an overcomer.
Yeah.
Okay, you got this. Okay, you got this. Okay, and this, I'm telling you, this is what it's all about. Okay. We start at the bottom and we're going to work our way up. I'm talking about we want Jesus Work Housing Voucher Program to be international. Okay. We want it to be everywhere, all 50 states and cities.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're not trying to stop at DC. We want Maryland. We want Virginia. We want Atlanta. We want everywhere, every 50 states and cities and continents.
And so
Okay.
we're talking about partners, right? We're talking
Yes.
that we're building into
So,
partnerships with people. So if you guys are in different states and you align with this, reach out to Queen Amina. How can they reach you?
yes. I'm on Facebook. You can also email me at jesus.wvpg@gmail.com. Okay. You could
Say that
definitely
one more time. Say it one more time.
jesus.wvpg@gmail.com.
Okay. Okay, good. And any final words that you would like to to say?
Yes, I want to say, I definitely want to say thank you to Queen Carlinia. I thank you for
Oh, you're
me
welcome.
allowing me to be on here and on Secret Space and partner with me, and partner with me with Jesus Works. And I want to say thank you to Queen Empress Jennifer Jamesia for sponsoring me with New Royal Family, Planetarian of Change, and also Dr. Newsom, Dr. Frederick Ware Newsom for the Gospel Awards. Okay, the Newsom Awards. Okay, so I got a couple of sponsors with me. So I just want y'all to know that I appreciate y'all for trusting in me, and I'm gonna do my best to bring Jesus' work afloat for everybody in the cities and states and international.
Yes, I am I'm so proud of you and I'm so moved by what you're doing. And I told you, without you even knowing what you're doing, the Sacred Spaces movement is so huge. It is worldwide. So to even hear you say that is very, very inspiring. And I always, from years ago, I said, I wrote down the type of people I want to work with, right? People who are committed, people who are leaders, people who won't wait for someone to say, do this, do that. They're willing to ask questions, but if you tell them this is what you need to do, they go get it done. And you feel all of those categories, like no excuses, like what I need to do next, and you just take it and run. You'll jump into what I said, the middle of the ocean, and you will get it done where most people will hesitate. And I'm sitting here watching you, and I'm in absolute awe of your journey and how everything is coming together. This young
Yeah,
lady
I
formed
love.
a team. She formed a team before she was even clear about how to do Jesus works, but she like, I know this is what I'm supposed to do, so let's go get it done.
Yes, and
And
it's so funny. They all, and then the thing about it now, I thought that they was falling off, but some of them coming back and
you see,
starting to actually align, come in
yes.
alignment.
And
So
now I watched her. She was just in the group, and she's like, "Okay, I need volunteers for A, B, C, and D. We need this, this, and this." So now everybody. At first, people didn't know exactly where they fit, but now they're like, "Oh, I can do this. I can do this." But she's very, very clear, and so it's like those signs that you were talking about with this book. It's like pay attention to the signs and follow the signs. You may not understand, we may want to put things into a box, but follow the signs. Faith is a substance of things hoped for, but it is the evidence. It's the
evidence,
evidence of things unseen,
every,
right?
evidence of things.
It is the evidence. And when we
Yes,
talk about substance, stance is standing, sub is under. So understand what you're standing on. And
mm,
And his faith is the evidence. It is not a wish, hope, or faint prayer. It is evidence. And this is how she moves. And so, Queen, I just thank you. I thank you for coming on here and doing this three-part full series. I
yes,
love you. And we're going to end it here. Thank you all for listening, and look out for the information for Jesus Works housing voucher program coming on February 1st in uh, Tacoma Park is actually Washington, D.C. at Seekers Church. So
yes.
listen out for information. Thank you so much. Take care.